My Italian friends call this Italian penicillin, also known as Pastina Soup. It is healing, cozy, flavor-packed. This soup is made of tiny pasta, which is pastina, and a beautiful broth. Let's make it. Add in about 6 cups of chicken broth. We're gonna add in onion, carrots, and celery that have been kind of cut up in large chunks. And we're gonna turn on to medium-high heat. This is known as secret to a good pastina soup. Parmesan rind goes right in here. The secret to flavoring this broth is in allowing it to simmer with all these veggies. It's bubbling, baby, okay? We're gonna turn it to low and put our lid on kind of part way, allowing it to breathe a tad. And then just let it simmer for another 20 minutes or so, or until all the veggies have really like tenderized and collapsed. Good things are happening. I can smell the aroma. Oh yes. Gentle bubble. These veggies, they look like they're ready to be smushed. Okay. Now take a ladle or two and add that in here. Oh yeah. You should have now sort of a puree situation. Yep, here we go. And then the rest of the puree goes in. And this is the secret that gives pastina that beautiful golden orangey hue. Look at this. See the consistency? Gorgeous, see? As soon as this comes to a boil, we're gonna go in with the pastina. Of course, it's a star ingredient. Bubble in, bubble in, bubble in. All we need at this point is maybe just a little pinch of salt. So we're gonna do that. And then we're gonna add in our pastina, our tiny baby pasta right here. Now, your average pasta might take 5 to 7, 8 minutes. This takes only 3 minutes, you guys. So we're pretty much cooked up here. This is a bowl of goodness. I can totally see why they call this Italian penicillin. The gods are happy. Tortellini soup with a little bit of Italian sausage and some kale. It's so good and takes less than 20 minutes. Nice large heavy pot, medium-high heat. Drizzle of good extra virgin olive oil. I'm using the Italian Nacciolata extra virgin olive oil from the MediterraneanDish.com. Shameless plug. Onion, garlic, and carrot. Toss this party in the olive oil, and then a dash of kosher salt to help it out. Toss it around and allow the veggies to kind of collapse a little bit and soften and sweat out some goodness. Some Italian sausage or some chicken sausage, mild, hot, whichever you prefer. Casings removed. And we're gonna break this up. And you're gonna cook the sausage fully at this point in time. Medium-high heat still. Looking good, looking closer. 1 can of tomato sauce, easy peasy. And then 4 cups of broth. A little Italian seasoning. I'm using my own homemade Italian seasoning, very easy to do. 2 teaspoons goes right in here. Allow it to come to a boil. You've got some beautiful, cute little tortellini. It takes about 3 to 5 minutes in total to cook, so we're gonna go in with it right here, right now. Give it a couple minutes. 3 cups of baby kale. You could do spinach if you like. Turn off the heat. Stir that in. The baby kale already wilted. A splash of whole milk, just for a touch of creamy goodness, no big deal. And then, if you like, a little bit of Parmesan cheese. A dash of red pepper flakes. Tell me this is not the tortellini soup of your dreams. It certainly is mine. So good. Goodness gracious. Who made this? It's so good. Chicken soup is all the comfort, and today we are going to do it up Mediterranean style with lots of veggies, fresh herbs, and even a dash of turmeric. It is healing, it is delicious, just like a warm hug in a bowl. Come with me. We are going to go in with 1 pound boneless, skinless chicken breasts. We're gonna go in with 6 cups of water, no heat yet. 1 yellow onion, the skin on and everything. We are essentially going to start by creating a broth right here. A good pinch of salt, a couple garlic cloves, black pepper. We are turning on the heat at medium-high for the time being. Okay, so we're gonna let the chicken boil first. Until that happens, we're just gonna go ahead and chop some things up. Carrots right here, just simply slice them into rounds. Going for some parsley, about a half a cup of parsley. Bunch of the parsley. Chop like a pro. And some dill. You need about a quarter to a half a cup. Okay, this party is boiling, and what you want to do at this moment in time is if you see some of those white bits kind of popping up, remove them. Over kind of medium heat, let it simmer nicely. Leave a little opening for the soup to breathe. Now we're going to zest and juice 2 lemons. Begin by zesting. There's so much flavor in the zest alone, so keep going until the lemon is bald, basically. Zest and then juice. Cup your hand to catch the seed. You are looking for a half a cup of freshly squeezed lemon juice for this soup. Chicken is ready, and we have a simple and quick homemade chicken broth, and we're gonna remove the 2 chickens, and our goal at this point in time is to strain the broth. We have ourselves a nice strainer here and a bowl underneath it, and here we go. Okay, over here we are going to shred our chicken. It's like when you shred a chicken, it's like the 2 forks are fighting. Probably the easiest way is to just stick your fork in one side and kind of pull with the other fork. In the same pot which you wipe dry, we are going to build the entire soup right now. We're going in with a little bit of extra virgin olive oil. Coat the bottom of the pan over medium-high heat and allow it to get to that beautiful shimmer. And we've got ourselves some sliced up carrots that are going right in here. Then we're going to go in with a couple garlic cloves minced. Managing my heat here. Beautiful things are happening already. We're gonna hit these carrots up with kosher salt, black pepper. We're going to be adding some big Eastern Mediterranean flavors that make this soup absolutely out of this world delicious. 1 teaspoon of coriander, 1 teaspoon of Aleppo style pepper. It's a little spicy, but it's mostly sweet. About half a teaspoon of ground ginger and half a teaspoon or so of turmeric. You don't want to overdo your turmeric. Toss this party around a little bit, and you're already seeing that golden hue going in with our boiled chicken breast from earlier. It is fully cooked at this point in time, and it smells like a delicious party. A dash of salt to make sure everything is well seasoned. I'm gonna lower the heat a little bit here and manage it, and then we're gonna go in with the strained broth. We're gonna bring this party to a boil. Soup is happily bubbling. I'm gonna turn the heat down to low. I'm gonna cover and let it simmer another 15 minutes or so. Let these flavors kind of marry. So good. All right. Golden chicken soup. We're going in with our baby spinach. Once you stir the spinach in, it's going to wilt quite a bit. You don't even need to be cooking it. It's gonna cook itself in the hot broth. Final touches, fresh dill, fresh parsley. And you guys know I'm a big souper, so definitely check out the other soup recipes here on the channel. Don't you forget lemon juice, lemon zest, all sorts of goodness in this pot of Mediterranean turmeric lemon chicken soup. So, so good. I cannot wait to dig in. Turkish red lentil soup. I cannot tell you how amazingly flavorful and a hug in a bowl this recipe is. Come with me. So I'm using 1 cup of red lentils, And then we're gonna go ahead and chop up some carrots and some potato. One nice large potato. Let's peel it real fast. Just cut it in half and then go ahead and kind of thinly slice from here. It doesn't have to be perfect because you're going to blend this whole party together at some point. So the carrots will give the lentils sweetness. The potatoes will give the soup that velvety texture without using heavy cream. And you've got yourself the best pantry/fridge raid right here. Of all God's legumes, I favor lentils because you don't have to soak them overnight. And then go ahead and drain. Okay, so now we're ready to go to the stove. This whole thing will take one pot. Come with me. Now we're gonna go in with a couple tablespoons of some good extra virgin olive oil. We're gonna go in with the potatoes, carrots for the base of this delicious lentil soup. One large onion chopped, 2 minced garlic cloves, pinch of kosher salt. Let this cook for about 5 to 7 minutes. Your goal is to just get the veggies to collapse just a tad. Tomato paste, this will give it some umami and good color. So you need yourself some liquid for a soup, and I'm using vegetable broth here. A teaspoon of cumin. I don't really measure much sometimes when I make this, but you measure 1 teaspoon of cumin, half a teaspoon of coriander, and then we're going in with some Aleppo pepper. So we're gonna go ahead and add the lentils. And at this point, we're just waiting for this whole party to boil and bubble and all that good stuff. Okay, so this has been bubbling happily for a good 5 minutes. And at this point in time, you don't have to do much. You're just gonna turn it down, maybe to a medium lowish or a simmer. Keep those bubbles happening, and then go ahead and add your lid, but leave a little bit of breathing room. 20 minutes and dinner will be ready. I love to finish with a drizzle of olive oil and Aleppo pepper. It adds richness, and it's also just beautiful to look at. At this point, the consistency should be thick enough, and then you should be able to tell that the lentils have completely almost dissolved in here, and they kind of just like expanded a little bit. So I'm gonna go in with this blender here, but if you don't have one, then go ahead and use a food processor. Just wait a bit for the soup to not be super hot. No cream whatsoever. The potatoes have done the job, and our soup is ready. A little bit of lemon juice. Grab some of this beautiful Aleppo pepper and olive oil situation. So much flavor. 1 pot of comforting chickpea soup is about to go down right here, you guys. It is loaded with veggies and laced with warm flavors. Even the meat lovers out there are going to want to try this one. Okay, we're gonna turn on to medium-high heat. Grab some good extra virgin olive oil, the start of everything delicious. Oh, do a good drizzle here, couple 2-3 spoons. Tablespoons, that is. And we're gonna get it nice and shimmering before we add our veggies. This party is starting to shimmer, and that's what I'm looking for. These are going to go in the pot, no big order here. Celery, onions, carrots, and bell peppers and sweet potatoes are all going to happen. So let's do it. Celery, carrots, red bell peppers. You can change the veggies up whenever you want to. You can do regular potatoes if you want, whatever, Get this party going. A little bit of salt and pepper. It smells amazing, and what we're looking for here is just to kind of get the veggies working and sweating and softening, all the good stuff. Now we're gonna grate some ginger, about 1 tablespoon or so. We're gonna go in with the garlic and the chickpeas. And now my spices. Cumin, same thing. Turmeric, maybe 3/4 teaspoon or so. And I am using a dash of Aleppo, but you can use red pepper flakes. Either way will work. Here we go. There's a thing about like blooming your spices, and I think they just mean, you know, the spices release. So we're letting the spices do their magic and release their aromas and all of that. So it smells like heaven in my kitchen right now. So now we're gonna add our liquid. Going in with some crushed tomatoes from a can, no big deal. And then we need about 6 cups of broth. If you were thinking, I want it to be more like a chickpea stew, use less broth. You know, it's so simple like that, you know, and then allow everything to kind of like really soften and kind of build volume. I'm coming. Oh, it's a little heavy, but it's so worth it. We've got a couple of finishing touches that are super important to the flavors. Oh my gosh, a good cup of parsley I chopped earlier. You could also use cilantro because it's so good with turmeric and all the warm flavors in here. Tiny bit of ginger. A nice big squeeze of lime juice. There are lots of other soup recipes, by the way, you guys. You might also like to check out my Greek lentil soup. I can't wait to dig in. You guys grab the recipe for this ginger turmeric chickpea soup over on themediterraneandish.com. I will see you later. Ciao.